Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again, of course, to another Paladins video. We're going to be playing some Ruckus today. I couldn't really think of a quick way to demonstrate all of this stuff in the intro, so I'm going to do a bit of a longer one this time around, jump into the target practice, demonstrate it properly, and then we'll jump into some matches, because this does need a little bit of explaining, because they kind of broke Ruckus, at least I think they did, because as far as I can tell this isn't intentional, but it might be they either got the wording wrong, or they implemented it wrong, I'm not sure. So yeah, Ruckus got a few buffs in this update, but I'm going to be focusing on just two of them, the ones that affect his rockets. The card changes, he did get Flux Generator buff to 1300 and also the duration of his shield from 3.5 to 4 seconds, but we're not going to be talking about those really. But the two cards I am going to be talking about are essentially broken. The first one, Opulence, which used to be a 100 heal for every time you activate your rockets, went to 60 for every enemy you hit with your missile launcher, except it didn't. It actually went to double that, and I'll explain why in a minute. Pretty much the exact same thing goes for at the ready, although I think that change was actually a patch or two ago. They did up the amount though this time around from 5 to 10, which also makes it significantly better. But yeah, with the way that these cards are worded and the fact that the ability is called Missile Launcher, you'd assume that for every enemy you hit, you get a 300 heal and 20 ammo, but it doesn't work like that. Instead, it triggers per rocket, and you fire two, obviously. So the cards actually trigger twice even on the same person. And I'll jump just quickly into the shooting range to show you exactly what I mean, but again, just because of the way the cards are worded, we'll grab Rocket Barrage just to show it a little bit easier. We should get a 300 heal and also 20 ammo. Let's go run over here towards the Victors. So we should get 20 ammo for our missiles, but if we go down to about 100 just to make it kind of easy to see what's going on, we fire them at the Victor, we get 40, which means if you hit two people with both of your rockets, you get 80 ammo back for a card that should only give you 40. It's twice as good as it should be. Both of the cards are. I mean, with the way it's worded, you assume that you can only get a 300 heal per person with your right click. Same thing with the ammo, but it triggers per rocket and it's not labeled like that. Just to kind of demonstrate it even more, we'll go ahead and get hit a bunch here by the Cassie. We're at 1430. I fire it at her head, and that is a 600 heal because we landed both of the rockets. If you land one of them, it will only give you 300. Sometimes it will show up separately as well, depending on when the damage triggers, but the card is twice as good as it is kind of labeled to be. And what this means is we can go all the way down to 750, just make sure I don't get into combat. We can fire the rockets there in the middle and we get a 1200 heal because again, we're triggering the card 4 times even though we should only be triggering it twice. Just to kind of demonstrate again how crazy this card is, we're going to waddle over here to the Victors, stay in combat. We've got 590 health. I'm going to fire at the Victor in the middle, and that is an 1800 heal. I suppose I should also demonstrate it with the ammo, but like I said, I don't know if this is intentional or not. If it is, then the card is now incredibly strong, way better than it was before, because the heal was 500 every time you activated it. Now it is essentially 300 per rocket you hit, which is massive. Same thing with the ammo card. We've got all the way down to 40 ammo. I'll hit 3 people with the rockets and we go up to 160 for 2 points into a card. So yeah, I'll jump into some matches to try and show this off, because as far as I know, nobody else has really spoken about this. I didn't get this requested at all. This was just something I found while playing Ruckus earlier today, and I feel like it's really deserving of a video because he is actually broken, because it was either unintentional and the card is way better than it should be, or it was intentional and they just didn't update the card description and now it looks like it's half as good as it actually is. But either way, I'd recommend you go ahead and change your Ruckus setup to include these cards because they're incredibly goddamn good now. And I guess if you want to help this video out, go ahead and share it or drop a like on the video just so that more people can find out this new information about Ruckus, because again, I haven't seen anybody talk about this and I really feel like it is, you know, pretty damn important. We've got TDM Trade District for game 1. We're going to grow over Aram and Genos. There have been things like this before in Paladins I've made videos on, and usually they just update the card description. Usually it's not better than it's meant to be. Usually it's intentional gameplay wise, and then they just need to update the card. So hopefully that is the case, because this should put Ruckus up quite a bit, at least in my opinion, casually. This brings him up at least a couple tiers. We've got a Strix as the final pick, and we're up against another Grover, a Canessa, a Genos, a Victor, and a Lex. Still no Yagarath. I really haven't been seeing much of her so far in my time playing in live. She's surprisingly not very popular. But anyway, we'll go ahead and grab Aerial Assault. I will go for Rocket Barrage at some point. I'll probably play with all 3 of them. We'll do 3 matches, but this isn't a great situation for it. We've got Deep Roots, Nocturnal, Earthspit, Binary Star. We're going to just wiggle over this way. Up against Discovery, Burst Mode, Luminary, Steady Aim, and then Deep Roots again. I was expecting somebody to go around. I feel like going for flank Ruckus here might be a bit of a bad idea. Hello, Victor. I feel like I should single you out here. I think he's actually running away because he knows we can get rid of him. Hello, Victor. He's still running away. There we go. We finally finished him off. Jump, throw some rockets over there. There we go. Jump again, throw some more. As you can see, the heal is triggering multiple times. It's kind of hard to tell until we're low health. Pop it in the air. There's a big rocket. There you go. 900 heal. Pop in the air. Throw the rockets there again. As you saw, 600 heal. It's kind of hard to tell because we've got Grover and Genos healing us. We are getting pretty damn big heals from the rockets. I'm dead to the Lex and the Victor. I was about to pop the shield, but I had like 1 second on the cooldown. We'll dash. Rockets just there for the Vic. We'll push in a little bit more shots onto him. Grover's just kind of standing there. Ram went for the ult. Okay, I guess we can push in. Strix blinded the Nessa. Shots onto her. There, the rockets. She is gone. Went on Grover with the root. I was trying to get the ult off. Thank you for the free headshots. I don't know exactly what his plan was there. We'll get some more core. Pop the Q and go for the ultimate. I should definitely use that a little bit earlier. We did get rid of the Nessa at least. That was a really delayed play from me. Just got tapped like 3 times by the Nessa. There's the Q. Rockets for the Lex. 150 because you only hit 1 of the rockets. It's essentially just 300 heal per rocket. That's the way you need to think about the thing. Same thing with the ammo card. It's 20 ammo per rocket you land, not per target you hit with your right click. Don't really know how else to explain it. The description's just wrong. That's a 750 heal, which obviously wouldn't be possible if it was 300 per target. I'm dead here to the Lex. We should be playing playing more with the team here. Lex is going for the ult, not a Lex, I mean a Genos. There's the Q. I'm going to dash forward, finish him off. Thank you for the heal. Kinessa's just trying to tap me. Pop the F to go up a little bit, finish off the Genos. Aerial assault putting in the work. Is she going to teleport away? There's the rockets, there's the Q. I keep missing them, so I'm not really showing it off very well, but there's the Q. Lex is gone. We'll throw the rockets over there for the Grover. 600 heal. We only hit him there, so that was a good demonstration, kind of. I don't know why I'm trying to over-explain this. I feel like it is really easy to understand what I'm going for. Seems like we got rid of pretty much all of them there. There's the Nessa gone as well. Well done, team. Double tank with like double healer setup is kind of cheesy in TDM. Rockets for the Genos. I am dead because I don't have my abilities. There's a single dash. I think I just heard the Nessa ult. I don't know. I'm kind of going in the air. I guess we can go ahead and pop this right at point blank range, see who we can get rid of. That's Grover going for the ult. Obviously, we got some good damage on him. That's Victor going for the ult. We can just dash away from that. Is he going to run through it? Looks like he is. There's rockets here face. We'll just dash in. Ram and Strictly just kind of comboing with me there. Going for a bit of a flank. There's rockets again. I should probably save them for when we're low health. It's a way smarter way to actually use the rockets instead of how I'm using them right now. Let's just keep chasing the Nessa. Might as well dash straight in her face. There's double rockets for the Victor, and he is gone as well. Just about. Pop the F again. Is that going to be enough to carry me over? Yes, it is. Hello, Lex. We just kind of jumped on him. The best tactic really for these rockets would be to just save it to your low health and then spam them instead of using it at the start of a fight, which is not what I'm doing. Hello, Genos. There's rockets for you. Got a pretty big, nice 600 heal there. We'll get some more shots on the freaking, what's his name? Grover. Yeah, 39-27. The match is pretty much over. Finish off the Victor, and there is the victory. Pretty solid TDM. We had a bit of a cheesy team comp, but I feel like I showed off Ruckus, and I actually did demonstrate there pretty well even in that first match. But there you go. There are the stats. 15, 556k, 22k. I'll happily take that. Our Rom did pretty good. So did our Grover. So did our Strix, and so did our Genos. So the team there overall for their side, their Genos did pretty damn good. Same thing with the Grover. Their Victor did pretty good. So did their Lex, and their Kinessa also did a solid job there. We deserve the win, I think, just because of the team comp. This is pretty much as cheesy as it gets for TDM if you want to try hard to win, because double tank with double healer, it's a little bit too much. And what I mean by that is if we had a different team comp, we probably would have lost it. But so far, the setup worked pretty damn well. As you saw, 20 ammo per rocket, 300 heal per rocket is really nice. It's not going to be enough to obviously put Ruckus in like super S tier, because even though he is now broken with this, he's not broken to the point of being insanely overpowered. But I'm sure, as you're able to see, this is a pretty significant change that does bring him up at least a couple tiers, and not really anybody's talking about it. I haven't seen Ruckus very much in my games. I've not had any of you guys really mention for me to try out Ruckus or anything, because it's kind of gone under the radar, understandably, because if this was what it's actually meant to be from like the card description, it wouldn't be that good, because this would technically be nearly a nerf. It would technically be a slight buff maybe in some situations, but overall it wouldn't be, you know, better. Whereas with the changes, the way they've actually been implemented, it is a significant buff to him. We got King of the Hill, match at Archives for game 2. We've got a Ceres, we've got a Ram as in, and a Willow. We're just waiting on one of them to lock in. I'm just going to stick with the pirate skin because I kind of like the effect on it. Shout out to Leando06. I don't know if there's anyone in this game who was in the last one. Then for their side, we're up against Devora, a Tyra, and a Nara, a Ceres, and a Ram. Again, no Yagrath on either side, but Ram on both. They've also got a Nara, so double tank, and then a Ceres, then a damage and a flank. Why does Willow's cosmic card art look so goddamn cursed? That looks like a freaking sleep paralysis demon. That's actually kind of terrifying. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into game 2. I think I'm going to go for the same setup. Rocket Barrage is kind of tempting just because they have the double tank, but I feel like overall Aerial Assault or Flux Generator would be a better choice here, so I'm going to go for this one just for the mobility options, and then we'll go for the same setup. We have Agony, which is a bit of a bad choice here. Guillotine should be kind of nice. Earth Splitter Blast, Flower, Mortal Reach, Treacherous Ground. I probably shouldn't have gone for Aerial Assault, Earth Splitter, Relentless Presence, and Burn Monster. Definitely feel like my talent selection wasn't the best. Oh, have I just crashed? I think I have. Yep, I was just looking at an R and a Ram. I threw my rockets and my game just crashed. Nice. Thanks, Paladins. Yeah. So it's just going for the ult, but at least the match isn't too far gone. We could definitely still win this one. I'm going to position myself kind of for an ultimate behind them a little bit. See if we can go through the Tyra first, because she's got Burn Monster. There goes the Ceres as well. Throw some little things over there. That's a triple. Nice. If we can get rid of the Ram or the Anar. Probably not going to happen because they just have a crazy amount of health. Actually use my ult somewhat well there. We'll just jump over a little bit. Make sure the Tyra fire doesn't burn us. Got that over. You're just here. I literally just spawned. There's rockets for the Tyra. There's the Q. Rockets for the Tyra again. Tyra just threw the fire down. I'm going to run in, pop the ultimate. See if we can get rid of some of these guys here. They're all just going to retreat. Getting melted by the Tyra. Still, she just deal like 3k to me like a normal weapon. I forget you don't get any damage reduction in Ruckus Ultimate. I always expect to be more tanky in Ruckus Ultimate, but I forget you just got the exact same amount of like normal health you usually do. Rockets down there. There's another set. There's another set. I feel like we're going to have a really hard time playing the objective this time round. Dash forward. That's the Tyra. Rockets for her. That gave me a 150 heal because she has max Cauterize. Got some more shots into her there. Obviously, this does get countered by Cauterize. That kind of goes without even needing to be mentioned, but thought I might as well point it out. Go ahead and use some blast shields just for that Tyra fire because that is really melting me. There's some rockets over there for the Ceres. We'll jump over the Rom who's doing some laps. I'm expecting him to go for the ult here any second. Guess not. Ceres with the stun. Nice rockets there for the Inara. This does also trigger on shields as far as I could tell. Didn't get a chance to fully test it on like deployables or shields, but as far as I could tell from the matches I played, it did seemingly trigger on like Khan shield and Nando shield and stuff. So that is certainly worth mentioning. Couple little shots over there for the Rom. We are kind of holding the objective here. I'm going to jump up. Ceres going for the ultimate. There's the shield and my F backwards. For some reason I wasn't able to do it. I guess it's because of Inara's thing. That stun is brutal. Jesus Christ, I'm dead. Rom's going to go ahead and use his as well. There was no way I was getting out of that fight alive. Forgot Vora has a cripple as well. That's a bit of a shame. She's going to go ahead and just execute me. Okay. Rockets down there on the point. Rockets down there on the point again. Okay. Okay, we're getting some nice heals from that. There's another set. Gonna pull up the Q and just ult the Inara. I feel like even if she brings up the wall, we should be able to go through it in time. Nope, I guess not. Really do forget how little damage Ruckus ult deals. Like, it's one of my least favorite ones actually in the game. There's some hits on the Ram. He went for the ultimate, but we didn't get hit by it. Just trying to go through him here. We do have max Hi-rez. He's out. Where the Tyra threw the fire from, I guess she's just here. We'll dash forward. She's going for the ult. There's the shield. More shots. She's going to throw the fire on, which is just going to melt me. Jesus Christ, that auto rifle. She's throwing at the wall. Rockets in there. Freaking huge amounts of damage from that, although it only gave me a 600 heal, but I guess we were cauterized by stuff, so that makes sense. We did hit a bunch though. Tyra's just down there fighting the Ram. She's gone. Nice. We can dash in, pull up a Q. Rockets there. That was like a freaking 1100 heal or something silly. Dashing on the Inara because she's on her own. The Ram is with the Ceres. I feel like this is a better bet. I did go ahead and just pop the ultimate because why not right at the end of the match. There's rockets for her. There's rockets again. I guess we can dash in. She's going to go for the ult. There's rockets. Oh my god, I'm actually going to die here. I'm going to lose that fight. And there is the defeat. Well deserved win for them. I feel like they played well. I don't think I did too badly there. I was obviously DC'd for like the first 100 of their points, but still, as for the stats, there you go. We didn't do too bad. I definitely could have done better, but overall I think I did solid. Same thing really with the rest of the team. Everybody has a very similar sort of thing going on there. For their set, their Inara did really well. Their Ram also did pretty damn good. Their Ceres healed for a ton. Their Tyra also did really well, and so did their Vora. They deserve the win. Their stat is pretty much the same as ours, just slightly better. The fact that this does get countered by Hi-rez is what's really stopping it from being overpowered like most healing setups, but it still works really well. There are a few situations there where we were getting like 1000 plus heals, which wouldn't have been possible obviously with the way that it was before, so it's still really strong. For game 3, got King of the Hill, Snowfall Junction. I switched up the skin because people always say I use the same one way too often, so we'll switch it up to this one, which I barely ever played with. We've got Emoji, a Victor, a Tiberius, and a Genos. Then for their side, a Buck, an Andrew, a Cassie, a Furia, and a Ceres. We'll go ahead and grab Aerial Assault again. Should we go for Rocket Barrage? We'll go for Rocket Barrage for this one. I said I'd go for it at least once, and we'll grab some Hi-rez. But how many matches are we going to go before I go against the aggro? This is what, like match 8 or 9 now? At this point, I hope some of you guys are counting, but we've got Boom Boom, Cardio, Binary, Stop, Predatory Instinct, Soul Collector, Solar Blessing, Exaction, Curse Revolver, and Bounce House. So pretty standard. There's some rockets over there. The effects on this one are actually kind of nice. There goes the Fury. We can dash in here on the Cassie. I actually really like this skin. I don't know why I never play with this. There goes the Cassie. Just about finished her off. Even the reload looks kind of cool, but I'm definitely dead here. I don't have any of my abilities. Get some more shots in these guys over here. I feel like the effects on this one do make it a little bit harder to hit, but it's kind of worth it because it does look cool. I don't think she's a bot. As far as I can tell, she's a person. She's just playing kind of awkwardly, but I can jump in, get some more shots on him. It is kind of hard to see with this weapon, but like I said, it is a little bit worth. Rockets there for the Ceres. Thank you for the heal, considering we don't really have a heal this time around. It's probably a better showcase for it than what we've had before. Buck is just jumping over the top. There's rockets for him. I'm going to drop down and go for the ultimate, kind of. There's the Q. I tried to pop that as well. Andrew's behind me. Thank you for the double. Nearly got rid of the Cassie as well, and the Buck. Genos went for the ult. Victor finished off 2 of them. That actually worked out surprisingly well. I really feel like Ruckus should have like a tiny bit of damage reduction when he also just a little bit more movement, because it doesn't really feel like an ultimate ability most of the time. The damage on it isn't even that crazy, to be honest. Still trying to use the F to go upwards. I realised I don't even have the right talent for it. We got a freaking 1800 heal there with the rockets, so if that ain't a good demonstration for it, I don't really know what else would be. There's another huge heal and another big one. Jump through some rockets. Thank you for the heal. This is definitely the talent you want to go for if you want to get those big healing numbers. Like I said, we got rid of the Andro. There goes the Fury as well. Hello Cassie, some shots for you. Dash. I think I might be dead. Never mind. Get bodied. There are the rockets. Cool. 100 to 140. I'm surprised we're not losing this more, but I guess we are kind of holding it. Going for this skin, even though it does look cool, it's definitely throwing me off. Moji's just going to go ahead and remove the Furia. Nice. No one's playing the objective, so I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Everybody's just pushing up, doing their own thing. Fury did just throw the beam. There's a nice set of rockets from. There's the Q. Buck is jumping in. I thought I heard a Ceres ultimate, but I guess not. There goes the Buck. There's the rockets. Going to go ahead and pop the ultimate. Really bad idea. I don't have the Q up, and I'm just going to get absolutely bursted. More shots over there for the Fury. We'll throw the rockets there on that side. There's the Q. Hello Andro. He's going for the ultimate. No, he's not. Hello Buck. I guess we're going to get rid of you as well. Thank you for the free double. I literally just spawned pretty much in front of 2 people who were just free kills. We've got some good rockets on him there. Cassie got bodied by the Victor. Ceres going for the ult. There's the Q. I think she tried to save the Fury, which didn't really work because she's still dead, but okay, we got rid of all of them pretty much. He got bodied by the Andrew. He's going for the ultimate. I thought that would have gone on cooldown. Tried to dash, dodge the Black jump, but I missed the rocket, so I didn't get the heal. Moji is just going to remove him from the game though. Andrew's just kind of moving around. There's rockets from me. Actually hit under his counter, which is kind of bullshit. He's gone. I feel kind of bad about that one. Buck went for the ult. Pretty much dominated this point. Andrew with the reversal. We can just dodge out of the way of that one. There goes the Fury as well. Rockets for the Ceres. Buck's gone. We pretty much entirely wiped them there. Well done, Victor, with the nade. Didn't really do too much in that team fight other than kind of sit there and absorb damage. Thank you, Genos, for the heals. Seems like we're kind of shredding them. Rockets there. It's a 920 heal. There goes the Andro. Then go ahead and pop the ultimate. She's going for her ult. Buck's jumping in. Can we get rid of him? Doesn't matter. There is the victory. Just kind of sat and capped the objective throughout my rockets every now and again. I did get some pretty big heals, but I was missing a lot of my rockets in that one. We would definitely still say we did pretty good though. 17,879k. Can't really complain. We were beaten out by the Andro a little bit, but we weren't really running around very much. I was sat on the point more than everybody else there by quite a bit. Genos did a really good job. So did our Moji, so did our Victor, so did our Tiberius, although he had a bit of a harder time. A pretty solid team though for their side there. Ceres did okay there. Cassie had a bit of a hard time, didn't do too bad though. Same sort of thing with the Furia. The Andro shredded, and the Buck also did a really good job. Props to those two guys. A pretty standard onslaught really just to finish it off. But yeah, there we go. That was the new Ruckus. It does definitely feel a hell of a lot better, as you were kind of able to see. I feel like I've already explained pretty much everything I wanted to, probably more so than I needed 2, but there is technically a few situations where this is a nerf. If you just land one of the rockets, you're only going to heal for 300, whereas before you'd have healed for 5, but in like 90% of situations it is going to give you a way larger heal, and the ammo one is definitely just a straight buff, so I would highly recommend you go ahead and give this a go for yourself. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Thank you of course so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy, let me know what you want to see me do next. I'll see you guys all very soon, and as always, stay frost there.